Okay, so you just bought this, which is what I deem to be the best gaming CPU value for money out there at the moment, which is the Ryzen 7 5700 X3D. Or maybe you are one of the few lucky people to have the Ryzen 5 5600 X3D. Cut down version of the 5800 X3D either way, and it is a very efficient CPU, it is crazy good performer, but we can make it run better via undervolting. So welcome back at Multithread PSUs, and now today we're going to be doing a full undervolt tutorial. Now I'm going to be using an Asus motherboard, but this is going to work for every motherboard out there. If you don't have an Asus motherboard, you may want to double check in my CPU undervolting playlist and cross-reference this video with a video of a different CPU but still on AM4 with a different motherboard, and that's gonna help you. The goal of today's video is to make this CPU even more efficient, decreasing the temperature, decrease the noise, decrease the power consumption, and at the same time, increase the performance, reduce stuttering, and just make it run better. Okay, it seems crazy, but it's true. So I say we go in the BIOS, but before we do that, promise me one thing. So if this video is gonna end up being helpful, you will drop a like and a sub to support the channel, and maybe even a comment, okay? Promise me that. Now let's go. This is gonna work for any motherboard, B450, B550, X470, X570, we don't care. It's gonna work on every single AM4 motherboard out there. Let's go in the BIOS. Okay, so here we are into the BIOS. Now, before we get on with the actual undervolt, I'm gonna show you a few things. So this is the opening section of our motherboard. Again, we have a limited edition board. The build is on the channel, but this doesn't matter. What we wanna do is first off go into the advanced mode, which in Asus motherboards you do by pressing F7, but in normal motherboards, well, other brands, you do with F2 usually, or by clicking on advanced. Now you wanna go in the AI tweaker or overclocking, or again, the section which will allow you to tweak your PC. It may be called tuning, performance, something like that. Again, very much so depending on the brand, okay? Now, once you are here, first thing we want to do, which is not actually part of the undervolt, is enable resizable bar, okay? So if you don't have this option, don't worry, it's not actually part of the undervolt, but it's pretty important for performance. Now, in AI overclocking tuner, you want to enable DOCP. Now, DOCP basically is your XMP for your RAM. Now, again, this is not part of the overclocking per se either, but make sure you do this, because we are actually going to do something which is going to dramatically improve the performance of your X3D chip as well, which is, if you go and find the FCLK frequency, you want to put this to half your XMP. So if your XMP is 3200, you want to put 1600. Now, if your XMP is 3600, you want to put 1800. Do not go higher than 1800. No matter what your XMP is, put it to 3600 maximum, okay? Trust me, don't ask why, but trust me. Okay, next step, if you do have the Asus performance enhancement, enable it. If you don't have it, forget about it. Core ratio, this is very important because not every motherboard has this. This Asus motherboard will actually allow us to manually change our core ratio, but if your motherboard does not allow you to, you can still do the other settings. So we'll do first a static and then a dynamic option. Now, the dynamic is gonna give you less improvement, but it's gonna work every time and it's gonna work on every BIOS. So I'm gonna show you actually the dynamic first. What you wanna do is go all the way down until you find VDDCR CPU voltage. Now, VDDCR is gonna be only on Asus boards. Usually this thing is gonna call the CPU voltage or vCore. You wanna find it, put it in offset mode, and now select the minus sign and put minus 0.05. And this is gonna be it. Now, if you just wanna copy my settings, okay, enable resizable bar, enable the XMP or DOCP for your RAM, put the FCLK on half the frequency of your memory, offset mode on the vCore, minus 0.05, press F10, save it, close this tutorial, leave a like and a sub, and you're done. Don't wanna waste your time. But in case you wanna stick around for a bit extra explanation and extra performance, here we are. So the other option is gonna be the static option. Now, how do you do it static? Okay, so first off, in the CPU voltage, you wanna put manual. Okay, and now we're gonna have a core voltage override. In here, if you wanna go for maximum efficiency, you're gonna be aiming at 1.05 volt for your vCore. And now, if you wanna do this, this is the absolute maximum efficiency, and you wanna then go on the CPU core ratio and put 40, okay? And now this is gonna result in a little bit reduction of performance, but the absolute maximum efficiency out of your CPU. The higher the CPU core voltage, which is this number, the higher the stability. But the higher the ratio, the higher the performance, okay? So if 1.05 works with 42, you're gonna get more performance. So you wanna test this out in Windows and test and see if it's stable, okay? I'm gonna give you a few numbers. So for most people to get 42, you're gonna need 1.1 on average. If you're a bit unlucky, 1.125. Whereas if you want 40, you can do that with 1.05 on average. And if you're very unlucky, 1.075 for 40, okay? So maximum efficiency is 40, 1.05. A bit of a middle way is 42 with 1.2. And now the maximum performance option is gonna be 44 with 1.2. Sorry, I said 1.2 by mistake before, but I meant for performance, 4.4 with 1.2. And if you're very unlucky, you wanna go all the way up to 1.225. This is gonna be pretty much the maximum for our CPU today. But in case you wanna push it higher, but this again, watch out, because now we are starting to go into overclocking territory and no more undervolting and voltage point overclock. So if you have a very good cooler, you don't care about temperature, you just want the maximum performance, you may want to put 46 at around 1.275, but really on most CPUs you're going to need 1.3 for absolute stability. Now another setting you can play around with is going to be in the Digi Plus VRM. Now you want to go into here. Not all motherboards have this, but if you do have this, you want to put the current capability to 130, okay? And the VDDCR SoC current capability to 130. And then you want to go into CPU load line calibration and put it on level 3. This is if you have it, you don't really have to change the current, but you want to put the load line on level 3, which is like the middle level. It doesn't matter how many levels you have, you may also have 9. If you have 9, put the middle, which is going to be 5. But if you have 5, put level 3, okay? This is going to increase your stability a little bit because it's going to correct the way the voltage works. And yeah, those are going to be your settings to Undervolt. Now, of course, as always, if you have any question, please drop a comment. I try to get back to all of you guys. My channel is pretty small, so I can do it. And also, again, if it was helpful, drop a like and a sub, and maybe check out my other videos on how to undervolt your graphic card, tweak your Windows, and much more on the channel, okay? See you guys soon. Bye-bye.